Welcome, everyone. If you have maybe neighbors staying at your house, maybe you're helping people out.
Yeah,
you still know there are thousands without power.
Yeah, so if you have a neighbor that doesn't have power and can't watch us, invite them over.
Yeah.
Have them watch PTL in your
most out
home.
of it.
Yeah, get to know your neighbors. But yeah, I really feel for people because it's one of those things that until you don't have it, you don't know how much you're going to miss it.
Well, and it's in these extreme weather conditions too, right? In the winter, when you lose power for a couple of days, you don't have heat in many cases.
And especially checking on if you have an elderly neighbor in all seriousness.
Right.
Make sure that they're okay and that they get the help that they need.
Absolutely.
So, speaking of weather or strange conditions.
It's like a good word to describe it. Yeah.
There's something this morning that we want to show that one of our photographers captured in Collier. And so take a look at this. So it's like a beam of light.
Yeah,
so
Brian Smithmeyer was shooting something overnight and then saw this.
I think he very nearly was abducted by aliens.
No, he was
going
not.
on. Yes.
No, he was. So Brian told me this morning that he actually followed this for about 10 minutes. He said he was leaving the scene of something. He thought at first that maybe it was like a church steeple.
Right.
And so he started following it, getting closer and closer. He took some video on the top of Green Tree Hill, finally got all the way up there. And he said that we got phone calls into KDKA.
Yeah, people were calling
this.
KDKA about this. And so Ron Smiley to the rescue. Meteorologist Ron Smiley says that these are ice crystals in the atmosphere and that it is most likely the moon's reflecting on the ice crystals. But people were seeing it, people were calling into the newsroom. It looks to me like, when a car dealer opens up and they have those like beams of light to try to attract your attention. Yeah. It kind of looks like that.
Do they still do that, car dealers?
I don't know if they still do that.
But yeah,
what do you
very
say?
interesting. Very interesting stuff.
All right, you had a fun assignment yesterday.
Oh boy, did I ever. Okay, so you guys may remember Hal B. Klein was on to talk about his big issue in Pittsburgh Magazine about the turkey Devonshire. I found this article to be so fascinating.
Right.
And so when he was here and we were talking about it, he said, I really am so interested in the turkey Devonshire and the history. It got started here in Pittsburgh.
It got started in Pittsburgh, yes.
He was so fascinated by it that he wanted to have a turkey Devonshire competition because it's not found on menus everywhere anymore like it used to.
Right.
So he asked 10 chefs to get together and create their best attempt at a turkey Devonshire. Not all of these chefs have a turkey Devonshire on their menu at their restaurants, but we had 10 sandwiches to judge. I am still so full. I can't even say. I had a handful of raisinets for dinner last night because that's all I could consume.
You could fit after having these sandwiches.
So first up, you just saw the Lamont. This was where the Lamont hosted us up on Mount Washington. And what's actually being plated right now was the winning dish.
Oh, really?
In that red casserole dish, that was the winning dish. And that came from James Simonello from Pork and Beans and some of the other downtown restaurants, Meat and Potatoes, Butcher and the Rice. So he created that dish and it was really delicious. But by the end, the last dish was from our friend over at Merchant Oyster Company and Dennis Marin.
Yeah.
His was so decadent. It was topped with lobster.
Oh my God.
That's how, that was how we ended
our
our 10.
Do they need judges for next year? Because I'm willing to volunteer.
They had a wonderful prize package too coming in from the Culinary Institute of America. I didn't realize I was sitting with the president of the Culinary Institute of America. He was one of the judges too, Tim Ryan. So he was sitting there and afterwards I was like, oh, you're the president of the Culinary. So
he said, and yes, I am, Heather.
So it was very interesting. But we also got some really cool, That's So Pittsburgh pictures sent in to us.
Yes, and this is a food-related one, so we wanted to share it. This is from our friend Meredith Leonard, who we adore. Thank you for sending things in. City Chicken, which I have to admit, I didn't know what City Chicken was. So I went to Jill, our producer.
Because she has all of the answers.
She has all the answers to everything. And it turns out City Chicken is really a Pittsburgh thing, although other cities sort of try to claim it as well. But the ironic thing is City Chicken rarely has any chicken in it. It's mostly pork pieces, and it became a thing to have these pieces put on a skewer. and that's what City Chicken is. So
City
you can see
Chicken.
it sold in grocery stores as City Chicken, and they actually have little skewers in there so that people can put it on there.
I grew up in Western Pennsylvania. I've never had City Chicken.
We continue to learn here, Heather. That's what this show is about.
Well, you learned a little bit yesterday. You were talking with a soap star.
I know. I had a celebrity interview. Yes. So anyhow, it's Melody Thomas Scott, Nikki Newman from The Young and the Restless, for all the Young and the Restless fans they know. And I had a really important question to ask her because you revealed yesterday that your sort of secret dream is to be a soap opera star.
But maybe there's
But
still a
you're-
chance. I don't know.
There's always a chance, Heather. So anyway, on your behalf, I asked Nikki Newman
For some advice.
for some advice.
Advice, let's see. Okay, well, we are known for, even when the dialogue is finished at the end of a scene, they kind of hang on us a little while. You got to stay in it. Don't break character. You got to stay in it.
Oh,
you gotta
this. See, this is
stay in it.
exactly what I thought.
Yes.
It's the long gaze.
Right.
Don't look
And do you
away.
think you can do this? Do you have... Oh, wow, Heather. I think you missed your calling. I felt something.
The need to get away as fast as possible. Was that it? But
I
we're-
think there's still hope for you, Heather. We're going to send your demo tape in and see where it goes.
But you did have an interview with her. We're going to see more of that coming up.
Yeah, later on in the show today.
So also, while I was busy eating turkey Devonshires, you had a really cool story air last night. And this is really interesting. Tell us more about
I
it.
am so happy that we were able to do this story, and the response we've gotten, absolutely incredible. We have some video that we want to share with you. This is about when people are passing away. And so in the days and weeks before they pass away, this doctor who runs a hospice in Buffalo, New York, has been charting for more than a decade now people's dreams, because people report having dreams and visions from loved ones that have passed on coming back to them and talking to them, and they say these are very, very vivid. They're comforting. They really provide a feeling of comfort. The medical community doesn't really talk about this, but this man, Dr. Christopher Kerr, has documented this, and in fact we have a little clip from the piece where he explains how he first found out about this. He was a doctor who was working in a hospice, and he was really surprised by what he learned. Listen. He thought a certain patient could live a little longer with IV fluids.
And I walked in, the nurse didn't even look up. And she said, no, he's dying. And I said, why are you saying that?
She says, because he's seen his deceased mother. I say, I don't remember that class from medical school. She says, son, you missed a lot of classes.
But as he explained in a TED Talk, he was proven wrong over and over.
Everybody but me was able to prognosticate death, in part based on what people were seeing or experiencing.
Yeah, it's absolutely fascinating, and once again, it's something that sometimes family members, if they're told about this, they think, oh, the patient is drugged up or losing their mind. They're afraid to tell a doctor about it. But you find in a hospice setting, they know about all this. They realize that this goes on, and it really is a comforting thing. And he's documented it for years.
Well, and that's what I think is really interesting about this is that, you know, he was told time and time again by some of the other staff there, and finally decided to do his own research, because that's what doctors do, researchers do.
Right.
So he decided to do his own research and found this. So, and this is supposed to be therapeutic for the person. So it calms that fear of death before.
It does. I mean, that seems to be and he doesn't look at, you know, where it's coming from. Is it, you know, something that's religious or spiritual or whatever? He doesn't try to find the cause. He just wants to document it to let people know that it's going on.
Interesting.
And, you know, and I mean, so many people have been sharing personal stories with me since this aired. And I remember before my mom passed away, it was a few weeks before she passed away, but she was in bed and she was telling me about her Uncle Howard, who had passed away, you know, many years previous to that, and it was one of her favorite uncles. And now it sort of connects for me, and I think that maybe
He came
she
to
had a
her in some
dream
way. Yeah.
with him in it.
Very
So,
interesting.
Yeah, it's very, very unique.
Well, on a much lighter note, maybe I should just change the subject by giving a little
yeah,
ding.
we do have bells.
Yes.
Look at this.
And so
There's a reason why we have bells.
we have a new game show segment, I guess we should say, that we're launching today called Chime In.
Chime in, get it? The name comes from the bell. So what we're going to do is we're going to ask two of our favorite guests some questions about Pittsburgh, some questions about the show, questions about like things that have been on social media, and whoever chimes in first gets to try to answer, and then the other person can steal if they get it wrong.
I just want to keep hitting.
And Ron Smiley is going to be our judge.
He is taking this very seriously. He was talking this up all morning long during the morning news.
Right. So he's the scorekeeper, and he decides who chimes in first.
So today, our guests are Rachel Carlson from Yelp Pittsburgh, who we love. She's a regular here on PTL. Aaron Kleiber, who has also kind of become a regular around these parts.
It's
He's
true. They're both
comedian.
fantastic, and we applaud their bravery because they have no idea what they're in for. Isn't that awesome, Heather?
Really tough questions.
They're
too. I don't
probably
even know if
sitting
I
in
could
the
answer
green
them.
room right now, like watching this, thinking, oh, what
Can
did
we
we get
still
into?
leave?
Yeah, they block the exits. Don't let them go.
All right, we want to take a break so that we can get to our first guest on today's show.
Yes, we will be checking in with Dr. Frank to see what's new from the Consumer Electronics Show. We're talking the latest gear for home, travel, and you.
We're also live this morning at a new hot spot in town, and I do mean hot. It's an infrared sauna. It claims to improve your looks, make you feel better. Selena Pompiani, of course, is stunning already, and she is
that's
checking
true.
this out for us. Look at that. That looks so relaxing.
It does look relaxing.
Well, enjoy. We'll be right back after this break.